YouTube. Vamos, amigos.
It's your boy Duke. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And look, I don't have waffle stuff all over my face because I moved it to tomorrow and we gave you winners. So hopefully you guys had a good time today with the 4 matches. Last round of games in groups B and C. We do have some finalists figured out. And coming up on Tuesday, June 22nd, we have England, Czech, Croatia, and Scotland all facing off. Of course, we're going to preview those. But before we do, we got to give a big thank you to EliteFantasy.com for allowing me to bring you these videos for free throughout the entirety of the tournament. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Those keep going up, baby. We like seeing that. Let's get some more thumbs up if you like. If you hit the bet that I gave out, the alternate line of Netherlands -2.5 for plus 150, give me a thumbs up on the video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We do have a lot to talk about, but obviously this is EliteFantasy.com. So we have all the sports here. This is all of your daily fantasy needs over on just the soccer area. Articles, projections, optimizer, cheat sheet, podcast, and of course the all-important chat room. We had a couple guys win 4 figures today. I myself had a pretty nice day, but more importantly, our subs really dominated. Let's run through those games quickly here. Belgium did get the win 2-0. I gave out the first half Belgium bet on the video last night. It did not come through. Really unfortunate that it didn't. Of course, Belgium had plenty of chances in the first half, but right at the end of the first half, Eden Hazard was taken down in the box. I think his reputation precedes him. No call on the field. VAR supposedly had a look. I don't know how they did that. Missed not only the contact with the legs, but of course the push in the back. Go to halftime 0-0. Belgium end up winning 2-0. Could have been 3. Lukaku scored another goal that was called offside. Had to be razor thin if it even was, but hit a big future on Belgium finishing top of the group. Then, of course, on the other end, how can you not root for Denmark? We had over. We had the over in this match here, and, of course, it comes through 4-1. This is really what brought it home for our guys over at Elite Fantasy, was having some action on this match here. Of course, Yusuf Poulsen was gifted a goal. Zuba scored on a very weak penalty. By the way, Kudryashov should have been off. Horrible challenge on the left side, grabbing, I want to say it was Kasper Dolberg. Yep, Dolberg who came in, beat him for pace, grabs his shirt, yanks it away from the bottom, just literally like this. That's an automatic yellow card. Referee doesn't give him one. Not 5 minutes later, he's given a soft penalty for Russia. I thought the fix was in, boys and girls. But no, Denmark come back to win, so Denmark do advance. Awesome story there, obviously, with everything going on with Eriksson. And, of course, we hit our over there. So where do we stand right now for Group D? Czech Republic on top thanks to goal differential. They do play England here on Tuesday. And, of course, Croatia and Scotland both needing a win in order to get to 4 points. A draw does them no good. Certainly a loss doesn't help them. So we're going to approach this angle on this game from what seems like a pretty obvious standpoint, but the market isn't matching the way I think this game flow will go. But there's an interesting situation developing here where, especially in this Czech Republic and England game, they might be playing not to win because the winner of Group D faces off against the runner-up of Group F. You might be saying, well, Duke, it's in London. Why wouldn't England want to win? Well, who the hell's in Group F? France, Germany, who looked like an absolute powerhouse, or Portugal will be one of the teams to finish in second place. And so does England want to play one of them? Or would they rather finish runner-up in Group D and play the runner-up from Group E? Let's just remind you who's in Group E. Okay, Spain, Slovakia, Sweden, or Poland. Portugal, Germany, France, or Sweden, Slovakia, or Poland. Yeah, I'm probably going to want to finish runner-up. So we're setting up for a very interesting game flow as far as that England match goes. Also, we have Phil Foden on a yellow card. He's not likely to start. Could see quite a bit of rotation from this English side. But let's start with this Croatia v. Scotland match. I did say, obviously, they both need wins. They're both on 1 point. Croatia, just unbelievably slow starts to both of their games so far in the Euros. Scotland created tons of chances against Czech Republic, just could not finish their chance. I think they ended up with like a 2-point-something expected goals from that match. Croatia, once they get going, they can kind of turn on the gas, but Perisic is the only guy to score from open play. Kramaric stayed on for 70 minutes last game. He was the one that played the ball through to Perisic for his goal. Pekovic probably going to start up top. We'll see. And then hopefully Rebic retains his place here. But I don't like these two, Kovacic and Modric back here. Too defensive. Modric likes to drop back anyway, but just starting in this position, I think, doesn't lend enough support to these four up here. Kind of don't hate Scotland in this spot. The game's going to be in Glasgow. We know Che Adams has come on. I think he had 5 shots against England. John McGinn, who's on a yellow card as well, is going to push forward a little bit with no Armstrong. McTominay will leave the back three and be pushed forward because Tierney's back. Robertson flying down the left side here. I'm worried about Croatia. They're the favorites in this match, but if we look at against the Czech Republic, what happened here? I mean, if we go back to just normal, 19 shots. 19 shots against the Czech Republic. Couldn't score. 0 goals. 76% pass successfulness. 60% possession for Scotland. Now, look, I don't expect them to have that. It'll be probably closer to... I wouldn't expect either of these teams to have more than 55% possession. Probably closer to 50-50 if I had to guess. And then corners, tackles, like everything was favoring Scotland. And then, of course, in their match against England here, it was kind of their version of the Alamo. Just defend, but they end up with more chances. In the first half, they were by far the more dangerous team, especially on the counterattack with Adams and Dykes there. McGinn excelling in this little more advanced role. And Robertson and O'Donnell really getting forward. Tierney even busting butt to get down here. Overlap, underlap, Robertson as well. So I think it's going to be an exciting game. I'm worried about this slow start for Croatia, but knowing they have to have 3 points, knowing Scotland's going to be fired up, we just saw how it was for Denmark in Copenhagen today. I like goals in this match. Now, this is going to require each of these teams to finish their chances. That is the worry. That's why we're getting plus odds. But here's the thing. Let's say we get to halftime with 1 goal. I think we're in fantastic shape. If either of these teams go up, the other one has to chase. And if the other one has to chase, it's going to leave more space, and we're going to get more chances. We're going to create. Even if we get late in the game and it's still 1 goal, I'm not going to be overly concerned about it, and perhaps even hit a live line of over 2 or something similar to that. Maybe even over 1.5 if we get into the 75th minute. Let's hope we don't get there and have to sweat it out that much. But we're going to see goals late, whether it's Croatia, who's maybe ahead since they are the favorites here, and Scotland chasing. So instead of that back 5, maybe it's a back 4 with Robertson, maybe even moving up the left wing. Who knows what's going to happen here? These teams have to score goals, and I prefer almost Croatia scoring the first goal so that home crowd can kind of push the Scottish on to go grab some more goals. But I like that over 2.5. So if you want to, go ahead and lock that in. I also have another bet because the flow I just mentioned, it's not offered on Pinnacle that I could find, but over on another site called Bovada. We take second half as the highest scoring half. It's essentially even money, right? 1 to win 1. This is kind of a hedge against our overall bet here for over 2.5. This will probably be like a 1.5, 2 unit play for me over in the bet pack on elitesportsbetting.com. And essentially, if we get to 1 or 2 goals in the first half, I would love it if the second half had more goals, because we're certainly going to hit our over. And I can't really see a scenario where it's 1-1 at halftime and they just are happy sitting on the lead without someone pushing forward to go grab those 3 points and try to advance to the next round. So over 2.5, if you can find it somewhere, the highest scoring half, the second half, that's how I like that game playing out. How about our next match, Czech Republic versus England? You do see some rotation in the side here. I don't know that they'll rotate all 3. I would love to see Jadon Sancho get his first action of the tournament. Jack Grealish, I think, was a miss to not give him a start. Not necessarily where Mason Mount has been, because he's been brilliant. More so where Sterling has been. Maybe put Grealish out on the left wing here. Kane needs to get off the mark. We saw it today with Lukaku, Hazard, and KDB starting together. You got to get some flow going with your starters, your regulars. I'm not so sure this 3 is any worse than the 3 they've been rolling out there. Foden, Mount, and Sterling. Certainly Rashford and Sancho have an argument over Sterling. Foden's been absent for large parts of the game. Mount probably deserves to keep his place, but a big chance to audition here. I don't know that we see Jordan Henderson getting his first minutes. Harry Maguire be a bit of a surprise, but look, Point is, the Czech Republic have 3 goals this tournament. One's a PK, one's from half field, and the other one was a tall forward going up between 2 defenders and nicking a header towards the back post. But again, who wants to finish in first? Who wants to play France, Germany, or Portugal? I don't know. England are rightly the favorites here. I'm going to go off the board here because I do think this game is so squirrely. I'd rather approach it from a live betting perspective. If I was going to lean one way, it'd be England. I actually like this front 4 better than the 4 they've been rolling out. I think Jadon Sancho's 1v1 ability will be able to break down that back line because essentially what happens is England, the entire tournament's been going east and west and backwards. Once they do get in those final third areas, Sterling, Foden have basically been facing their own goal and just taking a safe pass. Jadon Sancho will face a defender and take him one-on-one and beat him one-on-one more often than not. And perhaps that's the way they get Harry Kane involved. I also think him and Grealish can really combine in short, tight little spaces and let Kane stay between the posts for any service in there. So that's where I'd lean. Let's go a little bit off the board. Under 2.5 bookings. And look, the referee for this match is from Portugal, Artur Soares Diaz. You see 4.81 cards per game. That's in domestic play. Totally different. We go back to this Turkey v. Wales game. And you'll see we had plenty of fouls. Where are our fouls? 25 fouls in a match. And we had to wait until the 92nd minute where an argument and a fight broke out to get any yellow cards. And I remember watching this match, plenty of nasty tackles all over the pitch, and he was very hesitant to hand out yellow cards, of course, until we had the altercation there. With both of these teams perhaps being okay with a draw or even a loss, I don't know that we'll be as feisty through the middle of the park. England hasn't really been getting too many chances just in behind where you have to pull someone down just to have a professional foul. We're going under 2.5 bookings at plus 105. A little bit off the board, a little bit of a prop here, but wanted to give you guys at least something for what is the biggest match of the day. So 2 matches on Tuesday, 4 matches coming up on Wednesday. I'll have another video out tomorrow night for those games. So grab your 2 bets that I've given you here, 3 if you want the second half being the highest scoring half, and go make some money. And even if you don't, chuck a like on the video and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. I am Duke. You can find me on Twitter at DukeDFS. Thanks so much to Elite Fantasy for allowing us to bring these to you for free. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios.